This is Snake. Can you hear me? Good. The mission is simple. Put your geek pants on and infiltrate Foxhound. If you need backup, contact Ken and Chris on their codec frequency. Ready? Snake out.
Speaking of, like, raging, I still can't believe they fucking put him back in the Hall of Fame.
Well, we talk about it. I agree with him being in the Hall of Fame.
They should never have taken him out, though.
Exactly. He should
That's
never been removed.
If you take him out, you can't put him
Yeah,
back
he
in.
said some racist remarks, but...
He's got a history of it, though.
He's got a history, but for what he did for the company...
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
And that's what the Hall of Fame stands for.
But I don't want to see him back in the company.
I don't want to see him back in the company.
He'll be back in the company.
He shouldn't.
I guarantee you he will.
He should not be back in the company.
Hey, what are we doing here talking about Hulk Hogan? I thought we were doing something else on this Geek Pants Camcast.
What?
Starring Chris Mercier. That's right, today I get top bill.
I like that.
Son of a bitch. Yeah. And you, Kenneth Livitski. Leading in with fucktards.
Listen up, you fucktards!
Yeah.
This is more like what? Like a Camcast special of sorts.
Yeah, just a little
It's gonna be a quickie. Sometimes you need a good quickie.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
We're gonna touch on the James Gunn situation with Guardians of the Galaxy, with Disney and Marvel.
Let's see how fired up you get.
He's just gonna watch and smile.
I'm like, I know how fired up you're gonna get, and like we talked about this enough times, and I mean, like obviously everyone.
It took a while. I didn't want to talk about this a month ago because it was too fresh.
Fired up.
Yeah, and I've seen how it's played out, and it's ridiculous.
Let's just do a quick recap.
It's ridiculous. Okay,
what
so
was it, 10
essentially,
years ago?
This is what happened. 8 to 10 years ago, James Gunn said some jokes on Twitter, inappropriate jokes, but jokes nevertheless.
Right.
That they're dark humor, and some creepy guys are gonna laugh, and some people are gonna be like, not funny, move on.
They can, or some people like me can go, I can kind of see where you're going with this.
Yes.
You know, but, well, maybe we can get better jokes.
But before he got the Guardians job, he apologized publicly for it. Disney said, okay, gave him Guardians of the Galaxy. It became one of Marvel's biggest hits. Gave him Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Equally as big as the first one. Also became Disney's first 4K UHD Blu-ray because James Gunn pushed for it so hard. So there you go, 4K fans. You wouldn't have had Disney movies at 4K without James Gunn.
Yep.
He was in the middle of Volume 3 at a 2020 release date. First draft is done. They were going to start shooting next year. And then James Gunn on Twitter got in an argument regarding Trump and other politics. Okay, I don't follow U.S. politics. I hardly follow my own in Canada. Truth of the matter, I don't know what right wing and left wing and chicken wing or whatever fucking kind of wing is. I don't know about Republicans and all this bullshit. I don't care. I don't care about your politics.
I know more about
Let's just be fucking human beings, okay? Can we not just be fucking human beings? So the guy is talking about how he doesn't like Trump's antics or whatever on Twitter.
Do you want an easy answer for left wing, right wing? So right wing would be like George Bush or Donald Trump.
Okay.
Republican. Left wing would be like Obama or Trudeau.
Okay.
Okay. That's the easiest.
Now why are they left?
Uh,
Who decided they got the lefty?
I will actually probably Republicans.
Okay.
Because they're righteous.
That's fine. I mean, United States.
But it's also
they got their
Canada.
politics.
It's also in Canada. Conservatives might as well be Republicans.
You got the same kind
Doug
of thing
Ford
going over
is
here.
an example of a Republican.
That's fine. At the end of the day, I see most politicians as pieces of shit. They'll lie to your face to get a vote, and then they get in, and they just fucking fuck everything up. So, but anyways, we're not going to talk about politics.
I'm going to do that.
Ken don't care. We're talking about James Gunn. So James Gunn was not happy with some Trump shit. Tweeted about it. I guess should not have tweeted about it.
Clearly.
Because he got in an argument with this Mike Cernovich guy. Don't know who the fuck he is. But
He's
apparently,
a headhunter. He's a headhunter.
He's a headhunter, and apparently he's actually been accused of rape, so he's a piece of shit as well.
Yep.
He posts some old 10-year-old tweets from James Gunn about pedophile jokes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Disney fires him the next day. These are jokes that he already apologized for prior to Guardians of the Galaxy, and Disney went, okay.
Yeah.
But now that's out there, Disney, tail between the legs, fire it up.
Yep.
Don't talk to him. Don't figure anything out. Just straight up, boom, you're gone. That left a really bad taste in my mouth.
Because I have to agree, though.
When we have people losing their livelihood for things they said 10 years ago, we're in a bad place in this
Especially
fucking world.
because it wasn't like it just came up now.
No.
Like, out of the blue, all of a sudden, someone was like, hey, man, like, you said this shit.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, hey, oh, those are jokes. Those are jokes.
And everyone was like, well, he should have deleted them then. Well, why would he go back to 10-year-old jokes that he already apologized for?
And that's the thing. And not only that, but also he had already apologized for them in public. Like, he wasn't like, hey, Disney, really sorry about that stuff. It was, hey, guys, just so everyone knows, yes, I made those jokes. That's what they were. They were jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying some edgy material. Didn't work out. Nobody finds them funny. Okay, and I apologize, and I'm sorry. And not only that, I mean, he's 10 years removed. He's not the same guy. I'm not the same guy I was.
Nobody's the same guy as 10 years. And everyone's like, he's 41, he should have known better. Well, he was working for Trauma Entertainment. Trauma Entertainment gets off on dirty shit and makes people laugh.
Right.
If you've watched their movies, Toxic Avenger, bunch of shit, they're fucked up movies.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a huge fan base.
Mm-hmm.
And James Gunn worked for them, and that was the fan base. So those people were probably laughing at these jokes.
Yep.
These were done way prior to anything Disney related.
Yeah. See, the other thing too,
most of them were taken out of context.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like, part of it is that guy, that Cernovich guy,
mm-hmm.
is huge for that.
Oh yeah,
he's got a reputation.
He purposely cut out these tweets so that it would look like this guy is a pedophile. I don't know about you, but as far as I know, most pedophiles don't go on Twitter and announce what they're doing.
You don't know a pedophile unless they got caught.
Exactly.
That's how you know who is a pedophile.
Yeah, they don't go announcing shit. So now we got people out there.
Regardless of that part, what has happened is that they fired him. There's been petitions to bring him back. Dave Bautista has gone on record as saying, like,
that guy,
fuck Disney.
If you got a friend like that guy in your life, you've got a really good fucking friend.
Yeah, like, I gotta be honest with you, like, I had said, like, the only way that they rehire him back is if the entire cast says, no, we're done.
Yeah.
Okay. Contractual obligation. Okay, fine. But the fact that they would go out on record and say, "Hey, all of us together, we'll just do this because we have to."
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But our heart's not going to be in it like it was. That would have been a different story. But I had also said to you that there was no way they were rehiring him back. There was no way they were going back on that decision.
I said there is no way they're going to rehire.
Because, like, I mean, it's. They should never have fired him in the first place, but the fact that they did, it's now a lose-lose situation. Mm-hmm. They can't go back because...
Can't go back.
Then the hard right, that Cernovich guy and all his supporters are going to go fuck Disney. Mm-hmm. And Disney literally owns, 70% of the entertainment industry right now?
It's a stupid amount.
So they are looking at it like they can't afford to, piss off the bigger money, I guess, is the thought process. But...
And if anyone is watching this going, oh, Ken, you must be a pedophile too. You're rooting for the pedophile. That's fucking stupid. Okay? You don't call someone a pedophile as a joke about being a pedophile. If someone says, I'm going to rape that person, that doesn't make them a rapist. It makes them a fucking creep, but it doesn't make them a rapist until they commit the crime.
Until they actually do.
And you need proof.
No, and I mean, here, I'm defending them just as much. I mean, like I've said before, I've said things 10 years ago that I wouldn't say today. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I will say things today that I won't say 10 years from now. You know? Or if I do, then it was a really funny joke. Yeah. But what really gets me though is, okay, so they fired Gunn, all right. Mm-hmm. But now you've got tons of celebrities going, okay, well, I'm off Twitter, or I'm mass deleting of all these old tweets and stuff like that. It's nothing new. I mean, there's tons of celebrities were already deleting tweets because of things that they had said a few years back. Whether or not they still believe it doesn't matter. They were just like, well, people can't see it now. No. But it's the internet. It's always going to be there.
We live in this crazy, ultra-sensitive world now.
Yes. That's the main thing.
You gotta tiptoe on eggshells
bothers
with everything.
Me is that you can't say anything because somebody will get offended.
Yeah.
Okay? And even though you're saying a joke, okay, Somebody finds it offensive. Well, okay, the joke wasn't for you.
Yeah.
That's my thing for me. For a guy that thinks himself really funny, it's kind of scary to think that, like, I could make a joke in this forum and somebody will be so offended that I'll have to stop tweeting the 4 or 5 tweets that I've done so far.
Mm-hmm.
But even still, I'm like, I mean, my defense would be, but it was a joke.
Yeah.
Okay? You didn't find it funny. I'm sorry you didn't find it funny. I'm not sorry for the joke because, somebody found it funny. Like, there's people out there that laughed at it.
Mm-hmm.
That was who I was telling the joke for,
Yeah.
So it's like, so that part bothers me, but it bothers me too that they're like, so they were so quick too. It was like, he made jokes about pedophilia. You're fired.
Yep.
There was no like, hey, we already looked into this. You already apologized for it.
Yeah, who the fuck is doing the hiring at Disney if they never knew these tweets existed? They know they existed. He apologized publicly about them. Disney said go for it. And it pisses me off that freaking Kevin Feige, whatever the hell, isn't doing anything. Like, I know he can't do anything, but I mean, everyone has made a public announcement now regarding this. The entire Guardians cast has put out that letter.
Yep.
Saying we want him back.
Yep.
He's not coming back. And half the Guardians cast they're going to return. I can guarantee you that all of them.
Everyone's returning.
But I told you about this before, that in the contract it says that these people are signed on to the Guardians as directed by James Gunn.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So if he's not directing, can they leave the contract?
But you know what? To be honest, I don't think and I hate to say this because I actually was a big fan of Chris Pratt, but I think Chris Pratt is one of those guys that would stay.
Chris Pratt is not going to go. He said recently in an interview, he goes, "I'm in this rough situation where I love James Gunn, but I also love being a Guardian." Yeah, you're not going anywhere. You're staying. Just say, sorry, James, but I want my job, so I'm not doing it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's easy for me to say, like, well, because I don't know how I would react in that scenario.
I don't know how I would react. If I met some director, if I was starring for some director I just met and we did a job together for a few years, I don't know how I would react. If it was you or if one of my loved ones, I would say, fuck that job.
Yes, and that's the thing. It's like, and especially because it wasn't like a one and done movie thing. Like, they've been together long enough now over both Guardians movies, Infinity War. Like, you gonna tell me that they're not, like, friends in real life? Or is it really just a photo op that they're all like, hey, you're smiling, and everyone else is just like, yeah, fuck that Batista, I don't like that guy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, they all seem like they're legit friends and stuff like that. And then so to have one of your own go down like that. And I mean, I'm sure they're like, yeah, half the cast may return or anything like that. But, like, I don't know. Like, the way I see it is, okay, let's say Pratt says, you know what, I can't do it, and regardless of his religious stance or whatever, he says I can't do it. Is Disney gonna be just like, yeah, or are they gonna go, just tell me when to stop, and then we'll see what you have to say? Because, like, I mean, like, we mentioned Batista right away, and we'll mention him a couple of times. He's one of the ones where I feel like he would drop out. And
Disney will see him as expendable.
They will.
He's not the one bringing the money. It's Pratt and Zoe that are bringing in the money. So I can totally see him dropping out. Yeah. Though that's career suicide if he does. He finally has a booming acting career if he drops out and screws over Disney.
The other thing, too, is, sure, they've read the first draft of the script, right? Yeah. That's a first draft.
First draft. They said they're going to use the script still.
Right, but I mean, it's a first draft. I mean, I've never heard of a first draft.
You fire a guy for his words, but you want to use his words for the next film? I don't... Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, this whole thing is just very twisted.
This is, and I feel like this, it's a pretty big black mark on Disney, more so than the fact that they are owning, like, 70% of the entertainment industry, which that in itself is fucking crazy. Yeah. And I can't believe the Department of Justice was like, no, it's cool.
Yeah, just keep on buying stuff.
Yeah, like, when does it end?
Monopoly for life.
But, I mean,
these are the people that had, cartoons with racist depictions and Lion King with freaking sex floating in the cloud. Like
SFX though.
No, SFX. It's sex. They're straight up. It's SEX.
But like their history, even just Walt Disney himself, okay? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, he created this wonderful company that's supposed to be the best of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't exactly the greatest guy either, but yeah, they have a history of super racist stuff, like
Super racist,
really
man.
racist depictions of,
And they keep releasing that material.
yeah. There's one, the Song of the South. You'll never see that one out.
Okay, but still.
But Dumbo, those crows are super racist, and yeah, we'll constantly see that. They'll never stop re-releasing it, but it's okay for Disney because they're not that company anymore.
Yeah,
but this is the same thing.
That's something you did in the past.
Yeah, unless Trump watches it and gets offended by it, or this Cernovich guy gets offended by it.
Or this guy, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I want everyone to check out this article on medium.com. I'm going to post the link down below. It's a really, really well-researched piece from this Jónína Rebekka. She shows two sides of every story, and she looks at every one of these tweets and the tweets that were above it and below it, and they show exactly why these things were said. In one tweet, for example, from 2008, 10 years ago, he says, "In the park with Von Spears loves kids so much, I think he may be a pedophile." Von Spears is James Gunn's dog. He was joking about his dog loving children.
Yep. I almost burst out laughing because I remember that. Because I read the article and the tweet is pretty fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and I mean...
Sorry, your dog's a pedophile? That's hilarious. That's funny.
And everyone's just...
And I don't normally like to make jokes about pedophilia. Because I just think it's heinous and disgusting. But it is ironic that a rapist... or an accused rapist is leading the headhunting for an accused pedophile.
And Disney's just going with what this guy does. And I mean, and there's so many word association games on Twitter, not these days, but back 10 years ago, and I've been on Twitter a long time now, and I've seen this, where it's like, oh, take this movie title and give it a dirty version. A lot of his posts were word association
George Carlin had a bit where... about the 7 words you can never say on television, and he said, what if we replaced the word fuck with the word kill from movies, right? And it would change the movie dynamic. So it's we're gonna fuck you now, Sheriff. We're gonna fuck you slow. Instead of kill, right? Yeah. Probably never see something like that now.
You won't see, all those comedians from the 80s, early 90s, 70s. You will never, ever, ever see that again because they can't get away with that. No way in hell.
Louis C.K. did his opening monologue on SNL was about pedophilia. Mm-hmm. It's a tough one to get through. It's funny, but it's you would never see anything like that again. Yeah. You'll never see... Kevin Hart wouldn't go on SNL and make rape jokes. Not that he should, but as an example. No. But, and I mean, there's pushing the envelope and there's being edgy, and I'm all for it. I grew up with George Carlin, and I grew up, watching other comedians because of George Carlin. So, I mean, even, Lenny Bruce, who got arrested for obscenities. He's, the only comedian that's ever got arrested for obscenity. That's going back a ways. So when I see edgy stuff like that, I know why they're doing it. They're trying to push the envelope. But basically now we're coddling everybody. Nobody can say anything because someone's going to get offended. And we talk about freedom of speech, but we're slowly getting away from freedom of anything. Mm-hmm. And stuff like this is the first step. A guy like Trump, which is insane. A guy like Trump can tweet about anything and get away with it. And this is before he was the president. He can tweet about anything and get away with it. But now, this happens 10 years ago, and it's chopping block. All because Gunn actually spoke out against Trump.
Disney fired him.
Yep.
Okay, he lost his job.
Yep.
But he's getting destroyed right now by people, calling him a pedophile. I don't know what his career is going to be like going forward. People are like, oh, Warner should hire him. I don't know if Warner wants to touch that right now.
I don't think anyone is really willing to touch him right now.
And it's so unfair that this guy is losing his livelihood and his life as a whole. Yeah. A Disney should at least be you know what, we know this guy as a person, we're firing him for this. get off his fucking back a little bit. I am not on those words.
Right.
Maybe not Disney themselves, but Kevin Feige, step out of the damn shadows and say something, man.
It's amazing.
Grow a nut and just say something. Like, I don't know. He's the only one that hasn't said a word. I don't know if he ever will.
I actually don't think he will, because I think at this point, like, it's too long, and now we're too far in between.
It's too long. It doesn't matter.
So for him to say something now, it'd be like, okay.
I think Batista has said more than enough. I mean, I love that guy now. I you know what? I thought he was a decent wrestler. He's an okay actor. I have such a crazy newfound respect for him as a human being.
Well, see, like, it's different for me because, like, and I'm still invested in wrestling, so I've come across, like, interviews and stuff that he's done where, like, he's one of the guys that was saying, like, man, I don't know why they tried to make me a babyface. It was Daniel Bryan's year. I should have been a heel. I should have debuted as a heel. I should have been feuding with him. I'd put him over all day long. Instead, they wanted me to wrestle Randy Orton. Like, okay, I'm getting paid to do it, but it was a dumb call. Mm-hmm. You know, and you're like, little things like that where, you know, even for him to actually sit, like, because you said it would be career suicide, I don't think he gives a shit.
He doesn't give a shit.
I mean, his career exploded later on in life, right? And granted, for him, it would be nowhere near as bad as it is for Gunn. Gunn will probably not see Gunn make a movie for at least 5 years. And even in the one he does, it'll be a quiet one. It'll be like M. Night Shyamalan's, what's that one?
Oh, The Visit.
The Visit.
His little
just
return.
Quietly, like,
yeah.
Oh, by
like
the way,
his name is not on the marketing at all.
They just very quietly be like, oh, by the way, M. Night Shyamalan directed this movie. Shh.
Yeah.
It'll be one of those deals, and then if it's big, like, you know, The Visit was, then they'll be like, hey, remember James Gunn? Remember Guardians? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know?
So.
But you're right. Like, I mean, for the next 5 years, he's got nothing.
I mean, it's upsetting because we talked about this on, I think it was our MCU part for Phase 2 Camcast where we were talking in James Gunn We Trust, and I was just selling Slither to everyone. Like, I've been a fan of this guy for so many years now, and I saw him go from this crazy Romeo and Juliet trauma director. He made PG porn, and it's freaking hilarious. He made something called PG porn. That should tell you something.
Which I was already like chuckling at that because I mean,
yeah. Then he did Slither and Super, and those are incredibly violent and dark. And you know, this is who he is. Disney gave him that shot. They knew his past. They knew about the tweets. And for them, he
Guardians
made them billions.
Was Disney, right? It wasn't Marvel first?
Guardians was Disney.
That's right, yes.
Guardians was
Disney. Yeah, because Avengers was
the switchover,
That's
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, I can't get over it, but it's
and you know what?
The bigger issue is we're losing our freedom of speech. That's the bigger issue. It is terrible that this happened to James Gunn, but if it happened to him, like, he's not the first. He's not going to be the last. Like, I mean, there's more people.
I'm 100% down with the Me Too movement. I mean, like, there's some disgusting fucks out there that need to rot.
Oh my god!
But
like, I even said to one of my best friends. I said, like, even if half of that is true, that's horrible. Mm-hmm. That's absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
But like this kind of stuff, like it's almost like we're trying to take away the heat off of all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Harvey Weinstein and all those other guys, but James Gunn's a pedophile. Mm-hmm. So now we talk about that, and we don't talk about this issue. There's still, I guarantee, we're still gonna find out.
There's no proof. I mean, there's some tweets. There's no proof he's a pedophile. If one day it ever comes to the light that he is, I will eat my fucking words, and I will do it right here, and I will tell you I'm sorry that it's disgusting. But you know what? I have a loved one in my life that had to deal with that in their life, and it's disgusting. It pisses me off. The person that did it to them, I want to fucking kill. This stuff is disgusting, but you know, as far as right now, this is an innocent man. You guys are throwing him under a bus. Yeah. For some fucking tweets from 10 years ago.
Hold on, no, for tweets that he did recently.
Yeah, 8 to 10.
We're using the tweets from 10 years ago.
We're using the tweets for recent tweets.
Yeah.
I don't understand this, and I mean, when is this going to end? You know. If a guy like Roman Polanski, who frickin' raped a little kid, is still making movies, Why is a guy that did some tweets
and celebrated too? Like
celebrated.
They waited 20 years or 30 years, and then they were like, "Hey, Roman Polanski, he's an artist."
Yeah,
and you're like, "Wait, what?" It was. I felt like I'll get off on a quick tangent. It was kind of like when Michael Jackson passed away.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, people were like, "The King of Pop. Remember his music. He was an artist." Blah blah blah. And I was like, did we forget that he was also accused of pedophilia repeatedly? It wasn't a one-shot deal. It was several times. Mm-hmm. You're right. He did, like, bless us with amazing music. And, I mean, I still like a lot of the music that I grew up listening to, Michael Jackson, but how could we all of a sudden forget, like, once he's dead, that all of a sudden he did, like, a lot of weird... And, again, if even half of that shit is true.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, one kid got felt up by Michael Jackson. That's still disgusting and horrible.
It's true.
Okay, so, like, you can't whitewash or white out that kind of stuff there just because he passed away. Same with Roman Polanski. Just because enough time has passed doesn't make it any less...
Let's talk about Victor Silva, the writer-director of The Jeepers Creepers.
Yes!
He, in the 80s, he basically raped a young boy and got in shit, went to prison, got out, was hired by Disney to make Powder, a movie that Disney still makes money off of today.
Yep. Yeah, but it's okay.
So, you know what?
It's okay because he did his time.
He did, yeah. Okay.
Right. I'm with you.
I don't know what else to say. You know, it's been long enough now. I wanted to say what I think. A lot of people on High Def Ninja already know what I think because I've talked to them about this.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm putting this out there. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to lock the comments under this because I don't want to deal with bullshit. You could down thumb this if you want, and you're whatever.
Well, I mean, you do whatever you want, really.
Find me on Twitter at Livitski. Come talk to me.
Yeah.
I really don't care. The fact of the matter is, it used to be innocent until proven guilty, and that means fucking nothing anymore.
Yeah, now it's you're guilty.
You're guilty.
And this is the kind of thing where it doesn't matter if you prove yourself innocent.
Yeah.
It's always going to be there.
Yeah.
It's always going to hang over your head, and that's scary.
Mm.
That is scary.
That is scary.
Yeah.
So that was an ultra.
So I guess that means that you're not going to be watching Avengers 4.
It's a weird situation where this is called Geek Pants, and as far as the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going forward, it's going to be hard for me to wear those Geek Pants. I have not bought Black Panther or Ragnarok.
I haven't bought Black Panther or Ragnarok yet.
And I did not buy Avengers Infinity War.
I did buy that one.
Which, up until Mission Impossible Fallout, was my favorite film of the year. I don't own it yet because this has left such a sour taste in my mouth. And honestly, I don't know if I'm going to watch anything in Phase 4. I might do the next Avengers and say that is it for the MCU.
I'm not there yet.
I'm not down with supporting a company that listens to BS like this.
I see. Okay, I'm going to be a little bit of a devil's advocate, just mainly because, like, I do feel like it was a knee-jerk reaction, though.
It was a knee-jerk reaction.
So I look at it like, okay, so Disney made a mistake by being so quick to this.
It's this Alan Horn guy.
Okay.
This was his opinion.
All right.
And Disney is going down with this guy.
But that's what I mean. So Disney did a knee-jerk reaction because one of their own said, no, we got to do this, okay? Because, I mean, are a lot of the same people working for Disney that were working for Disney a couple of years ago?
It's hard to say.
See what I mean?
There's so many people involved in these movies.
For me to suddenly just say no to all Disney when I've done things on a knee-jerk reaction. You've done things on a knee-jerk reaction, okay? I feel like they are living, they're going to live with this. But I did say that this will affect Guardians 3 for sure.
Yeah, it's going to definitely affect Guardians. I mean, okay, you know what? I've said many times I'm not going to watch that. I said it about the Ghostbusters. I watched it. I said it about Amazing Spider-Man. I watched it. Maybe I will.
Right now, I'm going to say you probably won't, but I mean, a year from now, it's hard to say.
I'm so sour right now towards Disney.
No, I get it. I'm not thrilled about it either, but I'm not as sour as you are.
Yeah. Which,
maybe it might be different if it was, Chris Evans. You know what I mean? Or the Russo brothers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe if it was the Russo brothers, I might be like, oh, I might be in the same boat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Because I'm a hardcore gun fan, right? So
you know,
I've been joking. I've been trying to find some light in this whole thing and going,
oh,
hey, now that Disney fired James Gunn and Warner fired Zack Snyder, maybe I could finally get a sequel to that Dawn of the Dead remake.
You heard it here first, guys and girls.
Maybe. No, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, no.
So going forward, we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Phase 4 is going to be...
Phase 4 is going to...
I'm not sure. I know, like, I'll tell you right now, like, I will definitely be watching Avengers 4.
Mm.
I will be watching that one. I will definitely be watching Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah.
I don't know yet about Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know yet about Guardians 3.
Guardians 3 I'm not watching.
You know.
I might watch it on video. I will not support it in the theater. That is the one I would definitely
What else is... I think that's it. Phase 4 or... Black Panther 2, it will depend on how good it looks.
If Marvel's going to go make a Darkhawk or Sleepwalker movie, I'll consider it.
Now you know how to get him back. Now you know how to get him back.
But as of right now, it's too fresh and we'll have to sit on it.
I don't know. I'm looking at just the 2 Marvel movies as of right now, and the rest of them, they'll have to look absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And at least the nice thing is that you won't have to watch every single one of them to know what the fuck's going on. Because we're officially done with that as of Avengers 4.
So that is my opinion and your opinion on the James Gunn situation.
At the Geek Talk. I don't know why. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, why do you even let me talk?
Geek Talk.
Geek Talk with Geek Pants.
I was Geeks Talking Gun.
Sometimes I wonder why I let you talk.
See?
Because surprisingly, you actually got it worse than I did. That was gross.
Yeah.
It was a terrible thing.
All right, everyone. I promise the next episode will be more fun.
Thank you so much. It might not be fun. Who knows?
It might be awful.
It might be fucking terrible.
Disgustingly awful.
Especially how hot it is in here, we might be shirtless.
These pancakes are delicious.